Hello, welcome to Flooring Models Kit View Time. Today we've got Great Wall Hobbies 1/48 scale MIG-29 Fulcrum. This is the 9-19 version, also known as the SMT, with that giant humpback spine on the back. Now, many moons ago when they were very first released, we actually did a review of this one. But it's the first time I've seen the SMT and we haven't looked at this kit in quite a while, so we thought we'd have another look at it. So, usual thing on the box, as you can see, gorgeous box art with their particular kit. Good, strong, sturdy boxes, okay. Quick running round, you can see a little bit of the CAD work, looking at that great design of the MIG-29. Kit number for this one is L4818. Okay, a little bit round there, saying a lot more going. A couple of the marking options down in there as well. Obviously both Russian birds being the SMT version. We do get a nice lump of photo etch down in there and a couple of decal sheets thrown in for good measure. So, in the box, and as always, I haven't looked in here before, we have one of these, which if I remember rightly, like last time, will be the various parts, weapons, things like that in there. We have these, which you haven't seen them before. They are a treat to behold, so we'll look at those in a moment. Various screws, as you can imagine, running right the way through. And then, of course, the all-important instructions. So we'll use that. Various references and bits, and we have our instructions just down in here. So, usual call out for these various things, quick run through. Colour call outs down in here. Looks like they're in looks like maybe Vallejo and the Mr. Colour ranges down in there as well. And also we have got a couple of call outs, but obviously it's going to be very limited for federal standard colours in there as well. Okay, so that's those. So usual thing, working with the ejector seat going in there. Again, got some nice bits of photo etch going in there for various items, as you might expect. Some nice side detailing things. Looks like we've got decals which are going to make up your actual instrument panel, which is fair enough indeed. Let me just move this box just back a little bit. Just sit. Okay, and then obviously making up things like got the louver doors for the blow-in doors at the top, the circuit breakers, things like that behind the pilot, and then working our way down. Wheel wells, usual things, and then straight over. But again, we're showing down in here, which is quite nice. Lovely little bits of added detail with photo etch, going to give some nice surface detail. So we've got these sort of strengthening plates down on here as well, being fitted down in there. And then obviously those being fitted, cockpit going in, top half and bottom halves, fuselage, as you might imagine, going in. One nice touch with this actual kit was always the engine. So we've got a full detailed engine in there as well, really nice to see, and we get it on a separate little dolly if you wanted to have in there. So if you did one of those RD33 engines displayed, you could show them just like that. Intakes, obviously normally your doors are always closed on that one when it's on the ground, as we know, but obviously at power down they do open up again. Okay, so you can have them open or close, as you might imagine, down in there. And again, if you wanted to, I suppose you could actually show engines in situ without the covers on. That would be a very nice diorama display. Cockpit, open or closed, normal types of things. And then obviously we've got the nose section being fitted down in there. We don't get any radar or anything else like that, unfortunately. Okay, gear working its way down through all the gear systems. So we've got the mains and that, and again it can be done open or closed. Speed brake open or closed on the back again. And then normal thing for your weapons fit, the auxiliary tanks being fitted down in those ones, a normal sort of loadout, as you might imagine. And then door, we get a ladder, which is a nice touch as well. And then down the back we've got ones. Interestingly enough, it doesn't seem to carry the centerline fuel tank because it's greyed out on here as well, although it does come in the kit. So obviously there's a thing where the SMT doesn't actually carry it. Okay, usual bits of blurb in here. So we've got some lovely Federation colour call-outs, as you can see down in the hair, with this sort of Splinter-esque camo system. Again, it's making provisions down here for making up colours using guns range, but obviously you could go out and get various other ones direct, I should imagine, from sort of Russian paint manufacturers. Very nice indeed. Stencil call out, quite nicely done. It's on a separate call out as well. So we've got this one down in here for your stencil data, and for the other one on here again. So both of those are shown as well, so that's very nice. Okay, so down amongst all the parts, so we've got a little baggie down in here, starting off with the photo etch, which is going to fight me a little bit to get these out. Get these out even. Oh, that's it. So we have a nice piece of photo etch, as you can see. Straightforward, nice details showing through down there. So we've got some harnesses and all those parts, some slime lines for night navigation. Very nice indeed. Some various bits down in there. Decals themselves seem to be okay. They're showing a little bit of yellowing just down in there. Seems a little bit odd. They look a little bit thick, if I'm honest. They feel a little bit thick on there. Yeah, but generally good registration, good colour. There's no grittiness to them at all. And the smaller parts just maybe a little bit thick. And again, I don't know how well the camera picks that up. Maybe a little bit of showing, shall we say, down on there like that. A little bit of yellow. And again, this one down in here, same thing. A little bit of yellowing going on down there. Again, I don't think you'll probably notice it by the time you get them in. Again, the instrument ones are a little bit basic. I think it'll be okay. That's not too bad. All right. So into the meat of it. Let's start in the box because I'm intrigued. So it must have, or I'm hoping it's going to have, the fuselage halves. Again, very nice protected box. I'm just going to open up the flaps here and open this guy up. So, although all this protection and you've got parts shoved in here loose, seems a little bit strange, but there we go. That's the bit we want. That is the famous hump on the SMT type. This is that giant spine system that they actually have for all the electronics and gizmos and extra bits down in there. Again, really good, strong. Hopefully you can see the detail coming through on the actual panel line detail. Typical Russian in its nature. Obviously being an older jet, it's quite modular, but we've got these nice breakup panels down in here as well. I've got no real problems with any of that. That's actually really good, strong detail down in there. Really do like that. That is actually very, very nice indeed. Some good stuff there. Again, it's that nice, strong, chinky plastic that we like as well. Okay, so down in here, the other bits for it, we've got the boarding ladder, as you can see, some big old sprue gates on that one, but never mind. Some of the smaller parts down in here, so obviously this is an SMT type parts. I'm assuming that things like down in here, the speed brake must be slightly different on that one as well. So that's those. And then more bits that will be designed for the SMT type will be these. So down in here, we've actually got the side walls for the actual instrument panel, and again wheel hubs, and obviously the SMT's famous big displays on the instrument panel as well. Some very nice tiny parts down in here, although a little bit concerned there's a sink mark in that little guy as well, but never mind. Okay, also refueling probe being fitted on there. Side wall details is actually really very nice indeed. Okay, and there's that famous pole that comes out the back of the speed brake. Okay, cockpit glass we'll look at afterwards. So, let me skimmy down in here. In here. Okay, so just down in here, we've got various items. Again, very nice, good, strong detailing. Not as in strong as in deep, just very there. You can see it without any problems, which means it'll be very nice indeed. Very nice work down on all of these parts. Hopefully you can see them coming through. Really very, very nice indeed. No problems with any of those. And on the flip side, good polished mould, very, very nicely finished. That's the thing with Great Wall Hobbies kits. The moulds are very, very nicely done. Some of the sprue gates are a little bit heavy as it goes down onto the actual parts itself, and other ones are quite fine, obviously the ones down here on the intakes, but no problem with that at all. That's very nice indeed. And then we have the bottom. As I said, typical thing with MiG Sukhoi family is this modular bottom system, like we said before. So down in here, obviously you're going to be putting these in. You've got that anhedral look where the wings slightly droop down, down on this one as well, and beautifully polished up intakes areas. So although we've got some various ejector pins and various things on this one, they are tucked out of the way. Okay, so again, this is the difference. We've got the old type of speed brake up here versus the new one. That's the thing. The big center tank, obviously this jet doesn't carry it because it's got the different bottoms areas on it as well. Okay, so very nice open louver doors, proper long deep ones, not just little slots as well. So really nice with those on that. And then as we make our way around, you can see the detail over the wing sections looking really very nice indeed. Okay, on all of that. And then over on the inside, opening up the holes, you've got the various holes to open up down in these ones. Again, very, very nice detail. We have got some very small ejector pin marks in the actual doors, which is a little bit unfortunate, but it's only in the smaller doors. The bigger ones, which has the padding, doesn't have them, which is actually very, very nice indeed. Okay, one piece slats on the front as well, so it's only one piece drop in. That'll be a nice straightforward build. Okay, and then tiny bag weigh in. Okay, showing off now all the detail you get in these kits, and this is the difference between obviously other MiGs and Sukhoi families to Great Wall Hobbies ones, because again, just generally looking around it, a very, very busy sprue, no real sign of flash, very nicely finished off, and again, just the detail in these areas with these doors and the internals and things, and the wiring showing through, absolutely beautifully done. Got the seats, the sort of the gun vents, things like that. Again, really very, very nice indeed. Okay, working your way around nicely. You've got weight on wheels with the tyres. Again, they're one piece, so we've got no split part hubs in there or anything else to worry about. Again, good detailing on the side walling. Everywhere. It's actually very, very nice on these. And again, this is the underside for the engines down in these. You've got ejector pins in there, but you've got all the framework if you wanted to display these open, which is the nice touch. It's going to take a little bit of surgery in there, but you could have those engines as showing right the way through. But generally, very busy sprue, beautifully lined out and very heavily detailed. Okay, so in here we have these gorgeous engines, which I remember when I reviewed this thing all these years ago, it's what jumped out. Okay, so this is a match pair. So down in here, as you can see, we've got beautiful wiring, piping work, all the rest of it down on there. And again, we've got mechanics, we've got the afterburner injector ring down in there, all the various things you might imagine for the parts to make up a very, very nice engine. And the slip fuel tank as well on there. So again, those are very nice details. Okay, a couple of the small ones down here. I don't think we really need to get this out. So we've got actuators, things like that, and the stand for the actual engine itself, if you're going to pop an engine out, and a couple of pylons. Sorry, these are the top ones for the actual chaff or flare bucket launchers off of those. Pylons, we've seen these before, pretty much standard, no problems with those. Okay, and then these, which I won't bother popping out because you can see them. These are, it was the big thing when this kit came out, one piece missiles, completely done in one. So all the fins are on there and everything else just ready to go. These ones over here, I think these are 27s. Obviously you just put the backs onto them and away you go. But very clever how these come out of the mold in one. Incredible injection molding. We saw this one and it was actually blew us away really. Again, very nice. So you've got your R73s down in there, your R77s, okay, on that one. So you've got infrared and your radar guided missiles. So very nice job on that. Last up, we have the clear part, which I can find my way in. Again, let's peel this guy off. I don't like peeling this off because it has a habit of getting stuck. Beautifully clear, no problem. Don't forget, it's supposed to have the tooth out of this. This isn't a mismold, it's actually for the infrared tracking sighting system. And again, no real distortion, crystal clear, lovely all the way through, and that's your sight for the IST on there as well. So we're just going to pop this back on. I'm going to keep that safe. Okay, and there you have it. If you haven't seen the Great Wall Hobbies kits, honestly, they are worth having a good look at. The level of details I've just shown you in there is absolutely beautiful on these particular kits. They just absolutely pop. And that is the thing with it. It's not that they're deep and they stand out that way. It's just there's so much surface detail on there that it looks fantastic. And when you join that up with Russian aircraft like the MiG-29 has lots of surface detail, you just know it's going to lend itself beautifully for painting and weathering stage of your model without either losing it because it's too thin and it's too fine, or it's too heavy and it looks too artificial. They just seem to got that balance right. Very clever injection molding with all Great Wall Hobbies kits. Again, they started off doing this type of thing and it blew our minds because it's like, how do you even get it out of the mold like that? But obviously now a lot of the parts done by slip multi-part injection molding, it makes building a lot better and a lot easier. I know guys who've personally built this one. A friend of mine, Jamie's built this particular kit and said it is beautiful. There is no problems with it. It just falls together and it is as good as Great Wall Hobbies gets. At the same time, don't forget you can get this one off the PM store. As always, we do have it in stock, and obviously I'll put the links below where you can find that one as well. So there we go. That's the Great Wall Hobbies 1/48 scale MIG-29 SMT.